Uh, hey everyone, I'm sitting here on a cold January morning, January 8th to be exact. And I just realized that my life and the lives of my siblings um, have changed more in the last 6 months than in the last 6 years. If you've been following the headlines today, you know the internet is absolutely buzzing. Between my sister Jana's final countdown to her first baby in Nebraska and my brother John, David's wife, Abby, facing some really scary health hurdles in her third pregnancy, the twin baby watch is officially at a fever pitch. But it's not all just baby news. I've been getting so many questions about my own journey, how baby Edward is doing with his health scare, and how I've managed to lose 15 pounds while being a busy mom of 6. Today, I'm putting aside the usual daily vlogs to give you the ultimate 40-minute deep dive. We're going behind the Instagram posts, past the tabloid rumors, and straight into the heart of what it's like to be a Duggar. In 2026, we're talking about the Cinderella who finally found her prince, the twin bond that is stronger than ever, and the reality of motherhood when the cameras aren't always rolling. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into the updates you've been waiting for. Let's start with the story everyone is talking about: the twins. John, David, and Jana have always had that special twin connection, but 2026 has taken it to a whole new level. The Nebraska nesting Jana is officially in her birth month. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago, we were all wondering if Jana would ever leave the big house in Arkansas. Now, she's 500 miles away in Lincoln, Nebraska, living in that beautiful 275 Zallows and Fixer upper she and Stephen Wissmann have worked so hard on. I was talking to her on FaceTime just yesterday, and you guys, she is ready. She showed me the nursery, and it is classic Jana, organized, serene, and absolutely perfect. She's expecting a boy, and the anticipation in our family group chat is insane. Jana is 35 now, and seeing her step into motherhood with so much grace and patience is inspiring. She isn't rushed. She's just savoring these final days. Stephen has been her rock, especially with the move and the cold Nebraska winter. He's already cleared the snow from the driveway, ready for that midnight run to the hospital. Abby's silent struggle, but while Jana's journey has been relatively smooth, my sister-in-law Abby has had a much harder road. Jana and Abby announced baby number 3 back in September. And since then, it's been a battle. As many of, Abby suffers from hyperemesis gravidarum, AHG. It's not just morning sickness. It's debilitating. She's had to endure hospital stays and IV fluids just to stay hydrated. There were weeks where she couldn't even stand up without feeling faint. But look at her now. She just released those ethereal maternity photos in that pink gown, and she looks like an angel. She's expecting a girl, which is so perfect because Jana is having a boy. It's like the twins are perfectly balancing the family. The 40th grandchild milestone. What's truly wild is the timing. As of today, January 8th, we are literally waiting for the phone to ring. Jana's baby will be grandchild number 40 for mom and dad, and Abby's will be 41. Can you imagine the chaos at the next family reunion? 2 new babies born in the same month, possibly even the same week. The twin bond between John and Jana is manifesting in their children, and even though they are miles apart, they've been sharing every ultrasound and every kick over video calls. This isn't just a coincidence to us. It feels like a total blessing from God. Now, I have to get a little personal and update you guys on what's been happening in my house with Ben and our 6 kids. It's been a whirlwind since Edward Owen arrived last July. The eczema crisis, a lot of you saw my YouTube video from 2 days ago, January 6th. I've been really open about the health struggle little Eddie has been facing. He started developing this really angry, itchy rash on his head and torso. At first, I thought it was just cradle cap, but when I saw him trying to scratch his little head, my heart just broke. After talking to some friends and reflecting on what worked with Henry, I made the hard choice to go completely dairy-free. Today marks about 2 weeks without dairy, and I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. His skin is clearing up, and he's so much more comfortable. It's not easy giving up cheese and milk in my coffee, especially on my 33rd birthday back in November. But seeing my baby boy smile without itchings is worth every sacrifice. The 15-pound milestone, the other big topic you guys have been asking about is my bounce back. I hate that term because everybody is different, but I've been candid about the fact that I gained about 45 pounds with Edward, more than any of my other pregnancies. I'm happy to share that as of this week, I've lost 15 pounds of that postpartum weight. I'm only about 5 pounds away from my pre-pregnancy goal. I've been focusing on portion control and eating until I'm satisfied, not stuffed. Ben has been a huge help, encouraging me to stay active even when I'm exhausted. It's about feeling strong enough to keep up with Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, Fern, George, and now Eddie. It's a loud, busy house, but I wouldn't have it any other way. No, I want to take a moment and shift the focus a little bit to what's been happening under my own roof here in Arkansas. Life as a mom of 6 in 2026 is, well, it's a beautiful kind of chaos. Since we welcomed baby Edward Owen last July, things have been moving at lightning speed, but it hasn't all been perfect. And I think it's important to be real about the struggles as much as the highlights. Baby Edward's health journey and the eczema scare. A lot of you have been messaging me after my recent vlog asking how Eddie is doing. For those who missed it, we've had a pretty rough couple of months with his skin. Around October, he started developing these very red, inflamed patches on his cheeks and behind his knees. As a mom, you just hate seeing your baby in discomfort. After multiple visits to the pediatrician and a lot of trial and error, we realized he was dealing with severe eczema linked to some sensitivities. I've had to be extremely disciplined with my own diet since I'm still nursing. I've cut out dairy entirely, which, let me tell you, was not easy during the holidays. No cheese. No cream in my coffee. Nothing. But today, January 8th, I can finally say the results are incredible. His skin is finally smooth again, and he's sleeping through the night without scratching. It taught me so much about how connected we are to our babies and the sacrifices we make to see them healthy. Postpartum transformation, the 15-pound milestone. The other thing you guys have been asking about is my fitness journey. After my 6th pregnancy, I'll admit my body felt different. I gained more weight with Edward than I did with Spurgeon or the girls. For a while, I struggled with low energy. But starting in late 2025, I made a commitment to myself. I wasn't doing it for the look, but for the stamina I need to keep up with 6 kids. I've focused on high protein meals and long walks with the double stroller. As of this morning, I am officially down 15 pounds from my peak postpartum weight. I'm only about 5 pounds away from where I want to be, but more importantly, I feel strong. I've been sharing some of my meal prep ideas on my Instagram, and the support from other moms has been so encouraging. We're all in this together, trying to balance self-care with the demands of a big family. Spurgeon and Henry growing up too fast. I also can't believe how much my older boys have grown. I recently shared a photo of Spurgeon and Henry together, and the response was overwhelming. Spurgeon is becoming such a little man. He's so helpful with the younger ones, and Henry is just full of personality and energy. Sometimes I look back at the early days of counting on, and then I look at my living room now, and it just hits me how fast time flies. We're currently homeschooling, which is a full-time job in itself, but seeing their curiosity grow every day makes it worth it. Whether it's a science project in the kitchen or a Bible study in the morning, our home is always loud, always messy, and always full of love. Thank you for walking this journey with us into 2026. It's not always easy, but it's always a blessing. It's hard to put into words what it felt like the day Jana actually moved out. For over 34 years, Jana was the glue that held the big house together. She was always the one there for a late night talk, the one who knew exactly how to fix a broken shelf or a broken heart. But as of today, January 8, 2026, Jana has been living in Nebraska for over a year now, and the family dynamics have shifted in ways we never expected. The Cinderella transition fans used to call her the Cinderella Duggar, thinking she'd stay home forever to take care of everyone else, but seeing Jana in her own. 2005 fixer, upper in Nebraska, working on the kitchen cabinets with her husband, Stephen, proves she was just waiting for the right chapter to begin. She isn't just the eldest daughter anymore. She's the woman of her own house. I've had so many people ask me, Jessa, is it weird not having her just a few minutes away? And the answer is yes. It's incredibly weird, but it's also beautiful. When we FaceTime now, she isn't exhausted from managing 19 people. She's glowing with the excitement of building her own family. She's finally putting all that talent for design and home, making into a space that belongs to her and Stephen. Healing Rifts, Jana Duggar, and Jill, one of the most talked about topics of 2026 is Jana's relationship with our sisters who have taken different paths, specifically Jill and Duggar. We all know things have been complicated in the past, especially with Jill's book and Duggar's move to LA. But Jana's wedding in August 2024 was a huge turning point. Even though Jill wasn't in the bridal party, seeing her there, supporting Jana meant so much to all of us. Distance and time have a way of softening old hurts. Jana has been incredibly intentional about staying connected. She's traveled to see Duggar, and she makes frequent trips back to Arkansas to soak up time with mom and the younger girls. She's managed to do something very difficult. She's kept her loyalty to our parents while also building a bridge to the sisters who have moved on. She is truly the peacemaker of the family. The reality of Nebraska winters and support systems living in Lincoln, Nebraska is a big change from the rolling hills of Tontatown. Jana has had to adjust to city life and those brutal Midwestern winters. But she isn't alone. Stephen's family, the Wissmanns, have been such a blessing. With 13 siblings of his own, Jana has a whole new crew of sisters in law who are right there to help her as she prepares for the baby. I remember Jana telling me how Stephen's sisters came over to help her finish the nursery when she was feeling too tired to stand. It's a different kind of support system, but it's exactly what she needs right now. She's finding a balance between her Arkansas's roots and her Nebraska future. As she nears her due date this January, she's realized that family isn't just about who you grew up with. It's about the people who show up for you, no matter the distance. A new legacy as we look at Jana today on January 8th. She represents a new kind of Duggar legacy. She's showing that you can be traditional and independent at the same time. She's showing that it's okay to wait for the life you've always wanted. Whether she's running a marathon with Stephen or picking out quartz countertops for her kitchen, Jana is living her happily ever after on her own terms. And as her sister, watching her find this happiness is the best news of 2026. It's January 8, 2026. And if you listen closely, you can almost hear the sound of Nursery rhymes coming from two different states. We are officially on a double baby watch for the most famous twins in the Duggar family, John, David, and Jana. This month is literally making history for our family, and the group chat is blowing up every single hour. Jana's milestone, grandchild, number 41st. Let's talk about Jana. It's been exactly 1 year since she started this journey, and here we are in Nebraska, just days, maybe even hours, away from meeting her first baby boy. Jana shared a bump date on Instagram recently saying, "The anticipation is building in our home." And you guys, she looks absolutely radiant at 35. What makes this birth so historic is that this little guy is set to be my parents' 40th grandchild. Think about that for a second. From Mackenzie back in 2009 to now, 40 lives have been added to this legacy. Jana is doing things her way in her own home with Stephen by her side and with a peace that only comes from waiting for the right moment. She's already got the hospital bag by the door, and the nursery in Lincoln is 100% DI ready. Abby's triumph over hyperemesis now. Now, let's fly back to Arkansas to talk about my sister-in-law, Abbie. John, David, and Abby are expecting baby number 3 any day now. And this pregnancy has been a true testament to Abby's strength. As many of you know, she battles severe hyperemesis gravidarum every single time. There were some scary moments this winter where she was back in the hospital on IV fluids just trying to keep her strength up. But seeing her maternity photos from last month, that stunning pink gown flowing in the woods, it's like a victory lap. She's expecting a baby girl. And her older kids, Grace and Charlie, are already practicing how to hold a newborn. Abby told me she is just so thankful to be in the home stretch. The fact that she can smile after everything her body has been through is why we call her a super mom, a boy and a girl. The most viral part of this entire story is the twin synchronicity. Jana and John, David, have always been close, but having their babies in the same month, that's something you can't plan. At their joint gender reveal back in November, we found out it was a boy for Jana and a girl for Abby. It's like the perfect mirror image. The big question everyone is asking today, will they give birth on the same day? Jana's birthday is January 12th. Imagine if she welcomes her first son on her own 36th birthday. We are all standing by our phones, waiting for that here, or she's here, text. This isn't just a news update. It's a celebration of two of the most loved members of our family finally reaching their biggest milestones together. Stay tuned, because the next 48 hours could change everything. While the world is watching the countdown for Jana and Abby's babies, my sister Jessa has been quietly breaking the internet with her own transformation since welcoming her sixth baby, Edward Owen, in July 2025. Jessa has been incredibly candid about the struggles of bouncing back in her 30s. But today, January 8, 2026, she has some exciting progress to share. How she did it just 2 days ago, on January 6th, Jessa released a highly anticipated video titled Getting Back in Shape After Baby. In it, she revealed that she has managed to lose 15 pounds in the last couple of months. For Jessa, who admitted to gaining about 45 pounds during her pregnancy with Edward, this is a huge win. She's now just 5 pounds away from her pre-pregnancy goal weight. How did she do it? Unlike her husband, Ben, who has always been the fitness enthusiast, Jessa admitted she's never really been a workout girl. However, she hired a personal trainer through an accountability app. Train well to keep her on track. Her routine isn't about hours in the gym. It's about consistent weight, lifting, and walking, often while managing her 6 kids at home. Dietary sacrifices for baby Edward, perhaps the most emotional part of Jessa's 2026 update, is her strict new diet. Little Edward has been struggling with severe eczema and rashes. After consulting doctors, Jessa made the difficult decision to cut out all 9 major allergens, including dairy, eggs, fish, and even beef. Imagine having your her third birthday, which Jessa celebrated recently, and not being able to have a slice of cake or even cream in your coffee, she's replaced her usual breakfast with simple oatmeal and focuses on portion control, eating until satisfied, not stuffed. She calls this the healthiest diet she's ever been on, not because she wants to restrict herself, but because she's doing it all for her boy. Seeing Eddie's skin clear up after switching to organic cotton and this clean diet has been her greatest motivation. The struggle with body image Jessa didn't sugarcoat the process. She admitted that gaining weight this time around was frustrating and that none of her old clothes fit. She even shared a story about going on a quick shopping trip with Ben and feeling discouraged when the new clothes didn't look the way she hoped. Her message to other moms in 2026 is simply give your body time. 9 months in, 9 months out, she's learned to stop comparing her timeline to others and is focusing on feeling strong rather than just thin. Whether she's meal prepping chicken and quinoa or homeschooling her 5 older children, Jessa is showing the world that postpartum reality is messy, hard, but ultimately rewarding. As we close this chapter of our 40-minute countdown, the real story for Jana Duggar Wissmann is just beginning. Moving 500 miles away from her childhood home in Arkansas was a bold step, but it's clear that Nebraska is where she has truly found her voice and her family. The 275 Zowazin fixer upper, a labor of love throughout late 2025, we watched Jana and Stephen transform a dated ranch style house in Lincoln into a modern masterpiece. This wasn't just a home renovation for a YouTube video. It was Jana building her own nest, from the custom white and gold kitchen to the board and batten accent walls in the nursery. Every inch of that house reflects Jana's skill and her heart. As she brings her baby boy home this January, he won't just be entering a house. He'll be entering a space that his parents built for him with their own hands. This fixer upper represents the independence Jana waited 35 years to achieve. The Wissmann family support, while the Duggars are far away, the Wissmann family is right there in Nebraska. Stephen comes from a large family of 13, and they have welcomed Jana with open arms. Jana's sister-in-law, Hannah, who is married to Jana's brother Jeremiah, is actually Stephen's sister. This unique double Duggar Wissmann bond means Jana has family just a car ride away. Whether it's Stephen's sisters helping with the baby or his parents stopping by with dinner, Jana isn't alone. She has successfully built a new support system that honors her past, but focuses firmly on her future. The final message: the beauty of the wait. The world spent years asking, when will Jana marry? And when will Jana have a baby? Today, on January 8, 2026, those questions have finally been answered. Jana's journey reminds us that life doesn't have to follow a strict timeline to be beautiful. By waiting for the right man and the right moment, she has created a life that feels authentic and peaceful. As she settles into motherhood, her story serves as an inspiration to anyone who feels like they are behind. Jana proves that the best things in life are often worth the wait. Thank you for being part of this viral journey. We wish Jana, Steven, and their new baby boy all the happiness in the world. Good night, and stay tuned for the next Duggar.